Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are building another tiny home, or tiny-ish home. I think it's pretty tiny, and instead of it being more of just one long rectangle, this one is L-shaped. So I was actually streaming this the other day, and I ran into a bit of a problem where I was just like, I'm not happy with the way it looked. So I did cut it out. I actually bulldozed the entire lot twice, I think. I just was like, I don't like it. And instead of just moving stuff around, I decided to just start from scratch and figure out what I wanted to do. So this is the third time I pretty much built this house, and I just kept going with it, and I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. At first I was thinking, like, what am I doing? Why do I keep, when I'm not, like, I guess I was just so frustrated from the first two attempts that by the third time I was like, oh, let's just get this over with. But no, it's good. I was really happy with the way it turned out. I love it so much. I like that the color scheme was pretty neutral, and by neutral I mean black, white. That was pretty much it, and like light wood and not much else. If anything, the only other stuff providing or giving color to this build were the plants, and so that's just green, but nothing too crazy, no like bright neon colors or anything like that. And I like it. I really like how it turned out, and I like that it was mostly white and black was kind of like an accent color, because I feel like with white a lot of spaces look more open, like it's brighter, and therefore it looks more open. But anyway, this is that little bathroom right there. Smallest bathroom I've ever made in The Sims, ever. I don't think I've ever made anything that small, but I don't think a bathroom any bigger than that would have worked with this build. Like, I feel like if I had made it a 2x2 square, it would be closing that kitchen off too much. And I've watched a lot of tiny home builds, and I know that that size could work so long as I kind of manipulate the shower stall and the faucet, I believe, the sink, I mean. So if I budge the shower more into the wall where it can still be used, and the faucet, why do I keep saying faucet? The sink. It's the same thing though, right? But anyway, I pushed the shower stall further into the wall, and I did the same with the sink, and they both work. I play tested it. It worked. I think I had to move it around a couple of times for it to work, but finally it works. I swear it works. I tried it, tested it, we're good. In this build, what else was there? There wasn't really any other problems, I would say, in terms of spacing. I just had problems like finding stuff that I liked. Like, for some reason I thought if I opened the debug menu there would be like more decorative stuff I could use. Like, I was hoping there'd be pillows and stuff, but there weren't, so that kind of sucked. And I wanted more pillows to put in that black love seat, just so it doesn't look so, like harsh, I would say. And that was pretty much it. I think that was the only reason why I had the debug menu up. Another little issue I came across was with the curtains. Like, I'm just not happy with the selection of curtains that we have in terms of like what fit with the windows that I chose. But I just like settled for this very basic, it was black, like the rod was black, and then the curtains itself were white, and that appeased me enough that I wasn't too bothered. But I feel like we could use a bit more variety, I guess, in terms of what could fit certain windows. But overall, like I said, I really love the way this house turned out. Everything works. I play tested it, and it is up on the gallery as usual. And I think I did mention this in a previous video where I said that I would love to do more tiny home builds, and I am actually very serious about that. I have a couple of windows up right now on my web browser of just different tiny homes, like exterior wise, and some with a floor plan too. So a lot of my builds are inspired by like photos I've seen. A lot of the times it's mostly just the outside and not really the interior. Not a lot of the photos I've seen have, you know, the interior attached or whatever. But I just really enjoyed this. I don't know, I like the look of tinier homes instead of the bigger ones, just because with tiny homes it looks full. You know what I mean? Like with bigger homes, especially homes that say the Sims developers make, I find that some of them are so huge that they probably don't even know what to do with a lot of the space, and so there's just a lot of open, unused space, you know. And I that's like negative space, like why? And yeah, that's exactly why I love smaller homes and why I love remodeling apartments instead, just because apartments, you know, there aren't a lot of huge apartments, I feel like, in San Myshuno. There probably are a few, and I did try furnishing one before and I was like, well, too big, I can't. and I just stopped. But anyway, this video is pretty short, so I'm glad that my videos are getting shorter and shorter, and I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm doing smaller builds too. I do want your opinion, or rather your thoughts, on doing a let's build instead of a speed build. What do you guys think about that? Would you be open to watching a let's build instead of a speed build? Because I feel like or rather more recently with my speed builds, I'm very rarely talking about the build itself, and I'm just kind of rambling, which I hope you guys don't mind. But with let's build, you would probably I would say there's a lot more insight, I guess, to why I do, or why I decorate the way I do, why I put certain things where I do, why I decide on certain, you know, wallpapers, flooring, what have you. I don't know, or maybe I should just start talking more about the build instead of rambling, but I always just find myself, you know, going on and on once I start, and I won't stop. But anyway, like I said, let me know what you think. Put it down in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a let's build one of these days, depending on the feedback. But with let's builds, it would definitely be longer video, so that's one thing, and a lot slower too. But we'll see. Like I said, leave your comments below and we'll see. Anyway, so in this room, I decided to put those kind of wall decorations where there are clothes hanging, because I don't understand how a person can live off of just dressers, you know, because I find that a lot of my clothes need to be in hangers, and obviously they need to be, you know, hung up as well, because if you fold them and put them in your dressers, then they end up really wrinkled. So that's why I have those there, and like I said, I don't understand how some people can live off of just dressers, and I totally understand that this is The Sims. It probably doesn't really matter, but for realism's sake, I would say I wanted to put that in, so I did. I struggled with the roofing here a little bit. As you can tell, I don't play with roofs a whole lot. I was like, I don't like the way this looks in the back, and I completely forgot that we have one where it's the shingles. Like, instead of an open wall, it's just a more, oh, I don't know how to explain it. Like that one, like a closed off where it's just all shingles instead of an open one with the walls and everything. I didn't even realize we had that until I built this house. Which I'm very thankful that I did, because I was getting frustrated a little bit. We're pretty much done with the house, I believe. I don't do much in terms of the inside anymore. Just struggled a little bit with the curtains, as you can see. I do move the furniture around a little bit afterwards, just to make sure they're not, how would you say it, you're not going through the curtains, you know, where it doesn't, you get what I mean, I hope. But I do move them around a little bit just so they're not bumping into the curtains or going through them, especially in the screenshots and stuff. It probably doesn't really matter in terms of gameplay, but looks wise it was bothering me, so I decided to move them around. But after that, after the curtains, like I said, we're done with the inside, and I put a few things outside, mainly a barbecue, or rather the grill, a little seating area, and then I believe I do put planters as well, the boxes, and then 2 of the pots. I don't do a lot of landscaping just because I feel like it wouldn't look really, like, I felt like it wouldn't suit this build as much. You know what I mean? Like, some homes just look better with a more not so landscaped landscape. Does that make sense? Like, just not a very manicured look for their plants. Not that I put a lot, I literally just put trees, and that was pretty much it. A little rough walkway, not even like a proper like street one. It was very rough, very just kind of free, I would say. So after that, I think that's pretty much it. It's blah blah. Oh, well, thankfully I started struggling with talking towards the end of the build instead of at the beginning or in the middle of the build. But anyway, like I said, just a little bit of the outside. I did get to put a washer and dryer in this build, but I did put that little tub in the clothesline because you know, I love the laundry day stuff, or rather the laundry pack, just being able to do that. I love it so much, and I keep saying that in every build. I need to stop. I really do need to stop. But anyway, I guess I'll cut out my voiceover here. Again, this build is up on the gallery. I would also appreciate your feedback in terms of the speed build versus let's build, so let me know. And as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I will chat with you guys next time. Bye!